Let's start off day one fishing. Day one of practice fishing some of the stuff I fished in the spring. I caught a lot of fish fishing on the bridges, cranking the bridges, cranking that riprap, and luckily on Hartwell there's a ton of bridges. And this one was on the deep dive, and I was a blue. I was hoping that might be the deal for the week. Eventually, I end up picking up a Texas Red Cinco, something I had tied on from Kerr in the ABA, the 2-day event on the ABA on Kerr. Caught like 3 keepers on it on that tournament, and I still had it tied on. So I'm like, let me check it out. End up catching probably the best fish of practice for day one. That was a clue. That was a hint to what I might need to do.
There's a quality spot in practice. Right where he's supposed to be on that deep tree. I'm sure y'all can see it. And this one Kerr set up. Yeah, that's one of them, probably almost 2-pounders right there. Finally caught a decent fish.
So this bridge is way upriver in the Seneca, where I fished in 2018, 2019. I kind of learned that area and got familiar with it. So, shout out to Eddie James, kind of put me on this whole drop shot deal. And back when that's the last thing I wanted to throw, but I had to learn it, catching these spots up here in 35 feet of water.
Okay, drop shot. Might be a good one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Alright, drop shot. Yeah, that's that quality that I'm looking for right here. Good old bridge power. Man, I can cut the unit off and do this. Wow. That's a chunk right there. Okay. 15 feet of water. Yeah, that's worthy of a hotel.
So after fishing the other bridge pilings, I came back to this one a few minutes later and, flipped that same drop shot up there. My drop shot is, I like to throw 4-inch Kitech on mine on these blueback herring lakes. Sometimes I'll throw robo worm also, but in these last few tournaments on Kerr, I like that 4-inch Kitech. So, here's another one on that same piling after I got back to it. So, unfortunately, this bridge is very far away from where we was launching. So I was a little hesitant to make that long run on definitely on day one. A little more open to it on day 3. Day 2 was just windy and rough and raining, so definitely out of the question that day. But still a good fish, a couple good fish off that same pilot.
Okay. Time to go. So that's 2 quality fish off of the exact same piling. So now I gotta find some more pilings in this depth, and hopefully closer to where we launching than where I am now. And I gotta go buy some more of those little Kiteks. That's another good fish right there, player. I like it.
So this fish right here was like one of the first fish I caught in practice on some stand-up shaky head jig heads that I had picked up from the bait and tackle shop pretty close to the Airbnb. Um, and it was that first clue that even up in that clear water that they would hit that shaky head. I know I caught some down in some dirtier water in the BFL and in the spring, but you know this let me know that they would hit it in that clear water also.
Alright, shaky head. Except it looks hard to get through this doggone Berkeley power bait. Set it hard, son. Little bitty fella. Got him though. Alright, YouTube, good morning. It is day one of the tournament, the ABA Nationals. I am boat 169. It's a shot of this beautiful venue. 238 boats in this event, and we just island up, getting ready to get on this GPS and figure out what my first spot's gonna be. Don't really have a plan this morning, or I got a plan. I don't know where I'm gonna start, but I know what I'm gonna do when I get there. So just a little quick intro video, man, just to set the scene. We got like 8 or 9 folks from our Division 13 here, and I think that's pretty cool. Nice to see some familiar faces when you come to a big venue like this, but really nice venue while we launching it today. You can see a ton of boats, ton of boats.
This flag ceremony here and the kill switch check are two of my favorite events in this ABA tournament. You know, just raising up the flag and just you know, representing the country. I appreciate that. So this first fish, man, you know, watching this video, man, I watched the guy say sometimes you got to call him up. You know, the fish was schooling in front of me. The point is to my back, and I'm out in about 8 feet of water. I have been throwing that the whopper plopper just to get a reaction to make some noise, and I literally was calling the fish in. I could see him swimming in with the bait, and once I got him close to the boat, then I would you know, flip that drop shot out there at him, and it worked for these first 2 or 3 fish that you're gonna see me catch. Now this first one, I actually weighed in. This is a quality spot, you know, 2+ pounder on Hartwell.
One in the boat, bro, on that drop shot. Called him up with that whopper plopper.
These next couple of fish, you know, same kind of deal, right? You know, once you catch one, the school will chase that one around. Sometimes they'll try to take the bait out of that fish's mouth. And those spots just aggressive like that, man. So, you know, I end up catching a couple more, you know, short fish in that same vicinity. And you might see me really throw the fish far away from the boat. You know, it's not my usual deal with a short fish, but out here in this environment, sometimes you drop this one of them schoolers back into the school, and I don't know if they go down there and ratchet out. Yeah, they communicate somehow to let these other fish know that, something unusual is going on up above. And a lot of times the school is shut off, once you catch one and release it. I even seen this happen in lakes like Tormental Lake. We catch them in the wintertime on a silver buddy, and once you catch a couple, and then you release one or two, and then the school will move, based on how that fish is reacting once it goes back down. So, you know, these are a couple of short fish, but they still kept the party going, kept my adrenaline going, and kept that momentum going in the morning on day one. So by now I'm just running points, right? I'm running points, and I'm throwing top water on these points. And this fish is another quality, 2.5 pound spot. I was watching a B-Lat video,
Alright,
and was
hopefully this fish number 2.
was taking note of how long it was
Yeah,
taking
pretty good.
B-Lat to get these doggone fish in, man. And I'm like, come on, man, get the fish in the boat. Get the fish in the boat. What's taking so long? But once you get one of these 2+ pounders on, man, they fight and pull so hard, you understand why it was taking him. I understood why it was taking him so long to get this fish in the boat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Man, I was up early this morning, could not sleep, turned on YouTube, and found me a pattern, baby. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Overcast too. Perfect for what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna run these main lake points, bro. This is the deal right here. They don't hit top water, I got the drop shot ready right behind me. One of them too. So my man said you gotta call them up sometime, baby. That's some quality fish right there, player. Compared to what I've been catching in the creeks. Stay out here on this main all day long, brother.
This fish right here, man, I was cruising down the bank, and I saw the top of a stick sticking out the water about 6 inches, and I realized it was one of them cane piles sitting out in about 15 feet of water. And I threw top water on top of it first, and then followed that up with a spinnerbait, man. Caught another real good fish on that spinnerbait, and I'm telling you, take note of how long it takes me to get this fish in the boat, man. Not just the problems with the net, but just these jokers fight so hard. I mean, I'm hitting the button, letting them take line, and just he was hooked good. He was buttoned up tight. He wasn't going nowhere. But you just can't get these fish in the boat because they fight so hard. It's like no doubt that they would, if you tied them tail to tail, these spots would drown a largemouth, man. I mean, the power from these little fish is just bananas.
That's a chunk right there, dude. That's a chunk. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, the cane pile. One hit the top one. Pop that spinnerbait. They fight so hard, bro. Oh my God, they fight hard.
Then you turn around and you follow up that good fish with another keeper on the drop shot off the cane pile. This at this point, this cane pile became a major part of my pattern, and I kept checking it throughout the day. You know, just checking it because it's just some quality fish coming off of it. Unfortunately, I only caught one of them. I'm sorry, I only found one of them throughout the tournament. Because I mean, I wish I had 10 of them that I could have just run and rotated throughout the day.
13. That's number 4. Little bitty guy. Put him on white. He got to go.
Man, and don't get me started on these schoolers, bro. Everywhere that day on Wednesday, these schoolers was everywhere, man.
Alright, I got their ass now. They hit the spinner bait. They won't hit that top water, but they hit the spinner bait. Okay. Alright, get number 5 in the boat, hopefully right quick. Good gracious, look at all that bait. Alright, baby. I got him now, dog. We got him, dog. We got them schools now. They won't hit that top water, but he ate that spinnerbait. So that's good. Stay right out here and watch. Wait for him to come up again. That's number 5, baby. Alright, Paul, I need one more. Get rid of that baby. I'm gonna be working with a little something here.
And catching them was just addictive, man. It was hard to leave them, even though they weren't giants. It's just hard to leave them.
Alright, baby, we got the school going now. This one gonna call out that little bitty one I got. If I can get him in. He ain't much big, but he a little bit big. Actually, he ain't that much big. Hopefully there's some big ones in here mixed in with these little ones. I still got 2 keepers in the boat. Let's see if he's bigger than white. 1, 2, 3. Still need a good one. Make my work. The bait is tiny. I'm seeing that this spinnerbait first.
Man, you talk about a heartbreaker. This was a giant that came up and hit my top water and got me hung up down in the doggone. This is the same exact cane pile I was fishing earlier. This was my second pass. And I mean, I had a giant on. I know it was a giant because I couldn't move him. And that joker swam me down into that brush pile and got me hung up. And you talk about a heartbreaker. I needed this fish. So this is the end of day 1. You know, I'm literally sitting waiting on the schoolers to come up, and you know, just me taking a little break, standing all day. You know, it's definitely getting close to time to go in. I ended up weighing in like 8.2 pounds with my 5 fish, you know, which had me kind of in the middle of the pack after day 1, you know, and what an opportunity to move up on day 2. And you know, not a huge bag, but I mean, you talk about a fun day of fishing. Hey, I enjoyed it.
Alright, YouTube, we just wrapped up day 2. And I weighed in 4. It went like 4:36, something like that, man. I put that shaky head in my hand a whole day almost, and every fish I caught, that's what I caught it on. Fishing super slow, which is not like me at all. But in 4 days, I only caught 1 fish on the crankbait, so I just wasn't able to do what I prefer to do out here. I was able to catch them on the crankbait in the spring, but they did not want it in the middle of this fall turnover. You know, it's mid-October, and I don't know, man. It's just tough fishing. A lot of folks, I could tell, didn't weigh in, and probably took it home early. We're gonna see where we stand at the end of the day. Be interesting to see. It's a well-run event, and I appreciate this time on Hartwell. I appreciate the entire year fishing on Hartwell. It's a beautiful, beautiful fishery. It has helped me step up my curve game, because curve fish is so similar to it to me. And give a shout out to the Outdoor Goods Store. I'll go see my man Ezra a little later on this evening, so go hang out with him, and maybe we'll go have some sit-down dinner. But anyway, just wanted to give a little quick recap while I had a couple of minutes before I go kind of not shut it down, because I'm not gonna just go to the room and do nothing today like I did yesterday. I'm gonna ride out and enjoy Seneca a little bit and Clemson, and like I said, maybe go have me some sit-down dinner and a steak. But anyway, I'm gonna sign off for now. This right here is why you cannot, well, not you cannot, why it's real difficult to come to a lake that you don't fish often and beat them locals, bro. If you don't know where these brush piles like this are, and they know, you're gonna get your hind parts handed to you on these trips like this. But it's all good, bro. I know if I lived here, I'd probably have something set up like this myself. But this is definitely why you can't beat these locals. All right, YouTube, we're heading back to the ramp, man. We're in the no-wake zone over here, Portman Marina. So let me just say, man, regardless of how I finished in this tournament, I had an absolute blast fishing Hartwell. I know that it was tough, a lot of low weights. You know, it's like the haves and the have-nots. The folks that caught them, they jacked them, and then the rest of us just kind of struggled. But, you know, a lot of guys only had 2 fish today, like myself, and, you know, it just seemed like it got tougher and tougher as it's going through this fall turnover, or whatever they want to call it. The potential is here. I found a mother load of brush piles yesterday. I mean, some professional looking stuff, man. The way they got these stumps and poles set up, I never seen nothing like it before. So I had to go find that area today, and I found a lot of bass around them, but so much bait around them, and I just couldn't get them to bite nothing. They wouldn't even bite little small jigs. They super skittish because they was really skinny water. And I don't know, man. I end up throwing a shaky head a lot of the day again today. I had one decent fish pull off on a drop shot. No idea what happened, why that fish pulled off, but you know, just was what it was. Stayed in good spirits. Never did get down on myself today, because I'm out here, believe it or not, having a good time, man. I had a great co-angler today. We had a lot of fun, and he had his limit, you know, fishing behind me with a Carolina rig. And for those of y'all that know me, you talk about a last resort. Now, I did eventually pick up a shaky head, and like I said, and I started catching a few. I broke one off, setting the hook too hard like a maniac. But anyway, great event, man. I had an absolute blast, and the apprentices and I will be back down here for a college fishing tournament the last weekend of October. So I'm excited to come back. Not competing that weekend, but you know, still it'll be cool to come back and just have a good time again. I know they fish on Friday, so you know, I mess around and find a local tournament that Saturday. I might stay an extra day, you know, just to continue to get that get experience and just continue to learn about the lake. Just learning all of these creeks, man. I mean, I feel like right now I know this place as far as navigation like I know Kerr. I mean, it's crazy. There's so many bridges, and I can relate to the bridges. I was on West Cherry Ave yesterday, and sure enough, you know, I found it on the map, and I ran right to it today. Good time though, man. I had a really good time, and I will definitely be back. Looking forward to the next trip back. And we'll sign off for now, and I'll get a little video together. I had a co-angler today, so I didn't set the camera up. Not that I only caught 2 fish, and I got a picture of them. That's probably all you need to do is take a picture if you don't have a 2 little small fish with 233. But I'll take it, man. I'll take it, and hopefully the fishing will be a little better in a few weeks for the apprentice school fishing team. So signing off.